Hello, I am Deepa, and today I'm going to narrate a beautiful story that touched my heart. The name of the story is The Unhappy Crow. It was a beautiful, bright day, and on that bright day, there was a crow who was intelligent, handsome, and had a black shiny feathers and a sharp beak. But in spite of all this, he was unhappy. He was not happy with himself. He always felt bad. He was unhappy because of his own complexion. He did not like his black color. You know, we all like the whiteness, the beauty. We consider white as beautiful. Similarly, the crow was also thinking the same. He felt bad and he was so frustrated that he started crying. And while he was crying, at the same time, it happens that a sage is passing through that place. And as it was a bright sunny day, the sage thought of taking some rest under the shade of the tree. And as the sage was making himself comfortable under the shade of the tree, a pearly drop falls on his cheek. And the sage looks up to check. He sees the crow crying. And he asks gently, "Dear crow, why are you crying?" And the crow says, "What else should I do? I'm so unhappy. What kind of complexion have I got? I don't want to live." And the sage asks him, "What makes you so unhappy? You are finally perched on a beautiful tree. You look so nice." "I am so black. People just shoo me away wherever I go. And nobody likes me. Nobody pets me. Have you ever seen anyone petting a crow?" Sage was listening to him, and the crow continued ranting. "It's only during the Shraddh Paksh. You know, what is it? It is an Indian ritual when people pay homage to their dead ancestors. It's that time of the year when they just want me to eat something that they cook. Otherwise, they consider me very inauspicious. They consider me so inauspicious. Why should I live?" And the sage was so compassionate. He asked the crow, "Okay, don't be so unhappy. But think, if life gives you a chance, what would you like to be?" The crow looked at him puzzled. What is he talking about? And the sage had a smile on his face. The sage said, "Yes, I can do that. I can turn you to any creature that you want to be, a human being, an animal, or a bird, whatever you want to be. Tell me, what do you want to be?" Crow was excited. "Are you sure you'll make me?" "Yes, I can," said the sage. The crow thought for a while. "Okay, let me think. Please make me a swan. It's so white." "I'm sure." "Yes, yes, please make me a swan." And the sage said, "Okay, I can make you a swan, but there is a condition that I want you to fulfill." And the crow says, "Oh, yes, I will do whatever you want me to do. I will do whatever. Tell me what I need to do." And the sage said, "Okay, nothing difficult you have to do. The only thing that you need to do is go to the swan, meet him, and then come back." The crow is so excited, he flies to the swan. And when he reaches a lake, he sees the lake is beautiful. The swan is there swimming with his friends. And as he reaches there, he's so excited, he calls out, "Hey, swan! Hey!" And the swan turns. He did not know who's calling him. And he says, "Hi, swan, I'm the crow. I'm talking to you. You are so beautiful. You are so white. I'm sure you must be happy." And the swan stops and he says, "Who are you? Why do you say so? Why do you think I'm happy?" Now the crow is puzzled. "Why do you say so?" The crow is asking the swan, "Why aren't you happy? You are so beautiful. You are so white." And the swan says, "Exactly my point. I'm so white. That's why. You know, white is the color of death. People wear white color when someone dies. Also, the white gets dirty so easily. And you know, when people try to take pictures with me, I'm not visible at all. I get mixed with either the background, either the clouds or the lake, the water. What is there to be happy about in my life? Why should I like my color?" The crow is taken by surprise. And he thinks, "Okay, you seem to be unhappy." The crow then tells the swan also about the sage. And the swan was equally curious. So they both flew back to the sage, who was resting under the tree. The sage now talks to the swan. "Hey, why are you here?" The swan says, "The crow told me that you can turn us to any creature we want to." The sage looks at the crow. "What is the matter?" The crow says, "Yes, he is also unhappy. I don't want to be unhappy." "What would you like to be?" The crow says, "Let's see what the swan says. I would listen to swan." And the sage asks the swan, "What would you like to be if given a chance?" The swan thinks and says, "I want to be a parrot, the green parrot with a red beak. He's so beautiful. He's petted by everyone. And when someone takes a pictures, he looks beautiful. And he's not bothered about his feather, which will get dirty easily." The sage smiles and says, "Okay, again the same condition that has to be fulfilled by both of you. You go and meet the parrot and then come back." Happily, the swan and the crow fly and fly to the parrot. And the parrot lived on a tree with its family, the extended family. They all lived on a huge tree, which was at the center, in the center of the jungle. And they had to fly so far to reach that tree. And when they finally reached the tree, they did not find the parrot they were looking for. After some time, after almost more than 15 or 20 minutes or probably half an hour, they could finally sight the parrot. And they reach the parrot happily and they ask, "Hi, parrot. How are you?" And the parrot is, "Okay, hi." And the crow and swan say, "We want to be like you. We are sure you must be happy because of the color." And the parrot looks at them angrily. "What makes you think that I am happy? I was watching both of you flying in the air, looking for something. I think you were looking for me only. How much time did you take to sight me? I'm camouflaged easily. Nobody can find me." The swan says, "But you're petted by the people, na?" "Okay, I'm petted by the people, but do you know, they put me in the cage. I love my independence. And in the cage, do you know, they make me eat green chilies also. What is there to be happy about?" And now the crow and the swan are puzzled. He's also unhappy. They decide to help him also, to make him feel happy also. They tell him about the sage, and the three of them fly to the sage. And the sage was waiting for them with a smile on his face. And then he directly asks the parrot, "So, you are also unhappy, like them?" Parrot says, "Yes, sir. Please, can you help me?" The sage asks the others. The three of them join their hands and say, "Yes, sir." And the sage asks, "Okay, what do you want to be?" The parrot says, "I want to be the beautiful peacock who dances in the rain. And even the rain, even the clouds wait to pour so that they could see the beautiful peacock with the wings, with its feathers spread out. And it's such a beautiful sight. I want to be the colorful peacock who is not eventually, he's actually the national bird. We want to be that." The sage says, "Okay, first you go and meet the peacock and then come back. I will do the needful." And the three friends so excitedly fly and fly and fly and reach to a clearing where the peacock was was eating something. And then when they reached the peacock, the three of them get down on the ground and ask, "Hey, peacock, you're so beautiful. You're so lucky. We want to be like you. We are sure you must be happy with your life." The peacock turned. "What makes you think that? Who told you I am happy?" Shh. The peacock asks them to be quiet. He says, "Do you listen that sound?" And the three nodded. The parrot says, "Maybe the sound is nearing us." And when they heard the sounds clearly nearing them, they all flew, and before Peacock could say, "It's the hunter," and comes the arrow, pierces the peacock, and the peacock lies dead on the ground. The three birds went hiding behind a tree, and they saw the hunter plucking each and every single feather from the peacock. The hunter was happy. Today I've got a good hunt. My wife will be happy. I can buy so many things. These peacock feathers are loved by so many people. I can export them. These are such beautiful feathers. Today I can make a lot of money." And then he plucked each feather. He took the peacock, and as he was about to go, he looked here and there. He was trying to look for another peacock, but he could not find. And then, as he went away, slowly, the three birds, the three friends came out. They were sad to see the peacock, the condition, the end of the peacock. And before they could say anything, they were just dumbstruck there itself. There's the peacock who was hiding behind the trees, who had heard the conversation between these three birds and the peacock, came out. He was a wise peacock. He asks the crow, "I heard what you were saying. Why do you think we peacocks should be happy?" The crow said, "You are so beautiful. I thought you must be happy." The peacock said, "There's nothing to be happy about. You just saw. There was a hunter who killed one of my friends. And we are in constant stress. Sometime we might get hunted." What is there to be happy about? You are in constant fear. Is this a life? And the three birds, the crow, the parrot, and the swan, they were thinking. The swan asked, then who exactly do you think should be the happiest? The peacock said, my dear friend crow, you are the luckiest, you are the happiest. Now the crow is puzzled. Are you talking to me? Yes, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the three of you. Have you ever heard of a chicken biryani or a mutton biryani? And the birds say, yes, we have heard. Have you ever heard of a crow biryani or a parrot biryani? No. Then the crow says, okay, that's okay, but I'm so black. The swan says, I'm so white. And the parrot says, I'm so green. And the peacock says, crow, you should be happy because you're black. At least people remember you once in a while. They feed you nicely, respect you. Nobody is hunting you. You are not supposed to be living in the fear of being hunted. Do you bother anyone? The crow said no. Are you bothered by anyone? The crow said no. Then what's the problem? You have your wings. You can spread your wings the way you want to. You can go wherever you want to. You can eat whatever you want to. Isn't that something to be happy about? The crow started thinking. The peacock addressed the swan. Dear swan, I'm sure you must be unhappy about your white color because it might get dirty easily. But what exactly is the problem? If it gets dirty, you are always swimming in the water. You're not bothered about us like others. You're not bothered just like us. You can do whatever. You live with a family, and there are people who will just take pictures about you, pictures with you. But are you being killed for your beauty? The swan also sat thinking. Now the peacock addressed the parrot. You, you small little creature, you are unhappy? You are being put into the cage? At least you are alive. And it is very difficult for a hunter to find you because of the color, you hide easily among the leaves. What is there to be unhappy about? And even if you are caged, your feathers are not being plucked. And all this conversation, all this talking from the peacock left them dumbstruck. And the peacock heard a sound. It flew away as soon as it could, leaving the three of them thinking. And I think the three of them got their answers. And from their story, I think I learned that the grass is always green on the other side of the fence. And I should not consider myself lowly from someone else. I am the best the way I am. I should accept myself the way I am. Thank you.